Alright, what's up, guys? Okay. We're gonna try this again, guys. What had happened was my stream crashed after 10 minutes of me watching Netflix's Geeked for Cuphead. Alright, I'm gonna try this again. We're gonna try this again.
We found the solution to suffering.
We're gonna try this again.
A discovery that will change the course
I'm
of
gonna
history.
live stream my live reaction to Netflix's Geeked for regarding the Cuphead show. Take
Albert
2.
Wesker is the engineer of a better tomorrow. Of a perfect tomorrow.
Well, that was strange, isn't it? Yeah. Let's move on.
Yeah, I mean, if this business has taught me anything, it's if the check clears, the ad pays. So we got to keep rolling.
Up next, follow the misadventures of the impulsive Cuphead and his cautious but persuadable brother, Mugman.
This
in
part I've
animated
already
series
seen
based on the video game.
before
That's
my
right,
live
guys.
stream
Talking
crashed.
about Cuphead.
So if you guys are just tuning in and you don't see me reacting
You're in luck.
to this part of the stream, that's because I've seen it, and then after that, my stream crashed.
The game franchise, as you said, Rahul, like, you imagine what that could be like as a show, but they've taken it to the next level. I mean, all the characters are voiced, and this series continues the adventures of Cuphead and his sidekick, Mugman. Just like the video game, the animation is based off the old cartoon styles of the 1930s. Fantastic jazz soundtrack to match. This show, I've been lucky enough to see a bunch of the episodes. It is so fun. This is going to be a sensation.
Oh, ironically, I'm wearing a Cuphead shirt right now as we speak.
It's phenomenal, seriously. We are
Yes,
so
I did
Fun.
plan
It makes
that.
you feel like you're like a kid again, like watching cartoons and the voices. It's amazing. So, and we have some news, I think, about it too.
Yeah,
right?
if our hype wasn't big enough for you, we've got a very special message from the show's creators and King Dice himself. Let's check it
Wayne
out.
Brady. He's the voice of Cuphead. Cuphead. Why do I keep saying Cuphead? King Dice, I mean, no. I meant to say King Dice, not Cuphead. My bad. There you go. Wayne Brady. King Dice, not Cuphead.
Because Cuphead is telling y'all is about to make you weak.
They're gonna show you guys some Easter eggs. Just watch out for it. Right here. At the top right, you can see that domino. Hold on. You see a domino-looking figure? That's one of the mini-bosses in the game, the Cuphead show, Pip and Dot. And then on the bottom right, next to this grandma elephant, tell me that does not look like Felix the cat. I'm just saying. Because we don't know what you finna touch with those dirty hands of yours, Mr. Telephone.
Amazing game, but this series, I can't tell you how authentic it is, and the team at Studio MDHR worked with the show creators on this. It's just incredible. So definitely check it out when it hits Netflix.
That's right. As a Cuphead enthusiast such as myself, I do appreciate the creators of the show and Studio MDHR for putting a lot of time and effort into making this show. Unfortunately, they did say that they were gonna have the show ready by this summer, but with the pandemic going on, it doesn't look like that's gonna be the case. But I can't be mad at them. I'm sure they're busting their ass to make the show the best that it can be, and it would be easy for them to half-ass the work regarding the Cuphead show, only to leave us Cuphead fans and enthusiasts disappointed. So we got to give them kudos for that.
Some major news in that video.
And just by looking at that clip, I already like what I see. It lets me know that the creators they're busting ass to make the show the best in the world.
It's so perfect for King Dice.
He's a game show host, right? Like,
It fits
let's make
perfectly.
a deal for your soul.
Perfectly cast in Cuphead and the other voices. It's such a fun show.
Coming to
Alright,
you
well, no
in
matter
full
what
color
shape your
and
head is,
Cinesound.
you're gonna wanna
Yeah,
stick around
after
for
seeing that
Talk
clip,
with Dave
I can
Lawson
tell
and
it's gonna
Cosmo
be.
Sigerson about how they've approached taking Cuphead from video game to TV show. Stick around for that.
Alright, mind you guys, I'm gonna be skipping through the whole live stream and only watching the parts where they talk about the Cuphead show. Everything else, I don't really care about. I'm gonna skip. Are they talking about the Cuphead show in here?
From Project 51 Productions, I'm the executive producer of Castlevania.
Oh, they're talking about Castlevania. I don't know about Castlevania. I'm just only here for the Cuphead show. Just only here for Cuphead. Oh, that doesn't look like Cuphead to me. Are they still talking about Castlevania in here?
Main characters, the champions as we know them, their struggles, what made them who they are today. Showing, like what their life is like, when they're not, smashing each other's heads in, I guess.
Yeah, it's so cool that you're building on the franchise with this. And one of the things I love with a lot of the Netflix shows is that it's not just retelling the story of a game, it really is, taking people into the lore of League of Legends. How did you even go?
Oh, okay, this isn't the Cuphead show. Is it not in here? Oh, okay. I think I found it. Here we go.
Short little 10-minute episodes too, so it's really gonna digest what you can sort of like watch a little thing. Yeah, these.
Oh, it's only gonna be 10-minute episodes. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to make the most of them.
Caught up with them, talked about all things Cuphead. All right, with me now we've got Dave Watson and Cosmo Segerson, who are the executive producer and co-executive producer.
All right.
Of the
Dave, Cosmo, what you got for us?
Netflix guys, I am such a huge fan.
You guys can hear it okay, right?
I had a sneak preview of a bunch of the episodes. First of all, thank you for what you're doing. This is an amazing game. This series, what I love about it, just builds on the lore of Cuphead in such fun ways. I mean, now the characters have voices, and there's so much to get into. But first of all, let me ask you guys, but how did you get attached to Cuphead? Were you fans of the game? Did you work with Studio MDHR? Like, how did this all come about?
Yeah, I mean, we're both like huge fans of the game. We did.
I'm sure you are.
Jared, before that, the Moldenhauers are the ones that created the game. But Cuphead was such a cool, unique thing that a lot of people in the animation community already.
I like his little hand chair in the background.
It was
Okay, Cosmo has a keyboard in the background. Okay, Cosmo, I see you. Mind you, they're not talking about me, Cosmo. They're talking about Cosmo Segerson, just so in case there's no confusion here.
Netflix was interested in making a show.
Okay, I didn't make the show. I didn't make the show.
I think we're both extremely.
There you go,
flattered
Cosmo
that they
Segerson.
Approached us.
And my last name ain't Segerson.
Animation from the 1930s, as well as the Cuphead show, which is obviously a big fan of the 1930s animation as well.
When you saw the game and said, the animation style was great.
Honestly, when I first heard of Cuphead, I thought it had something to do with the 1930s vibes.
Visually, it looks great.
I thought that would be the case.
And build more than kind of what's in the game. So how did you go about that and thinking about kind of the framework of this show?
I wonder if they're gonna give us a release date for the show. But if I had to guess, it's probably not gonna be here until next summer, if I had to guess.
Essentially. There was a sequence at the beginning of the game that was kind of like a storybook that showed them living with their elder kettle.
Yes.
I wonder if that elder kettle is their grandpa or something.
Sort of left us these breadcrumbs. We knew like Cuphead.
Kind of breadcrumbs are they Italian style?
And Mugman was the more sensible, cautious one.
And that dynamic
that's right.
between the brothers really comes from one image we saw where Mugman just looks a little bit worried as Cuphead is gambling. And that sparked, like, what is that relationship? And Dave and I both have siblings, and we understand what that means and those dynamics. So it really came from that.
It's so fresh when I'm watching these episodes, which are fun. They're short form episodes too, right? I mean, it feels like they're all kind of in the 10-ish minute range. Where you do these kind of
10 minutes.
Episodes. They're
Fortunately,
so
it's not
watchable.
20
They're
minutes
so
or 30
fun,
minutes.
And it makes you feel like a kid inside. I mean, it's exciting to have this style of animation and this kind of storytelling. What were the sort of the shows?
Since this is going to be a sort of a 1930s theme. I wonder if there's gonna be some
Fleischer
modern
stuff, like the
day
early
humor
black and white
in the
Fleischer
show.
stuff and the early Disney stuff that they didn't really show on TV. when I was a kid.
Disney. I was
And that
kind of
stuff
getting
is
Mickey
inspired
Mouse
in a whole
vibes
different way, 'cause
from
that's when they
Cuphead.
were actually inventing animation.
I knew some of the inspiration
So
had to
they were
come
trying a lot
from
of
Mickey
weird stuff
Mouse.
and just trying to figure out like what would work. And a lot of those cartoons just feel like fever dreams. They're not really even narratives. They're just like
You don't see cartoons
weird,
like that
surreal
anymore
happenings.
nowadays.
I know part of the reason the game took so long is everything was done by hand. What was the process of animating this? Was it all done by hand, or was there some computer work? Like, I'm curious about how you constructed this.
Okay, so yeah, with this process.
Fun fact,
there
guys,
is an
it took
awful lot
them
that's hand-drawn.
10 years
We do use
to
computers.
finish this
We
game.
draw on
10
computer,
years.
but it's
That's
like
a
we
whole
have
decade.
A giant computer screen that we draw on. It's called the Cintiq, and so even though it's computers.
Think
are
about it,
involved,
10 years.
we're
I'm
doing a
23
lot
right
of
now.
drawing by hand.
So
We're
by the
storyboarding
time
by
I
hand.
was...
We're doing character
I want to
designs
say
by hand, even
13...
though, like, the background paintings
No,
are
actually 10
drawn
years?
by
So
hand on
it
a
was
computer
2014.
screen. And we're also using a process
Minus
called
7, I'm
Harmony
23.
Animation
6,
to
I would be
Boom,
16 at that time.
where they take our drawings and they
2003,
build sort of like,
2004. I would be 6 or
three-dimensional
7.
legs out of them. But they still look 2D. And
What I
then
mean
we
is 10 years
take
ago at the
hundreds and
time
hundreds
that
of
it was
character
released,
designs,
2013, 14. We're in
supplement those
2021
grids
now.
to make them still feel very
So I was
hand-drawn.
6
And
or
that's the
7 when
secret
they
to
started
really
making that
it
game.
feel like traditional 2D animation.
And the overall design of the show, like leaning into that rubber hose style animation, lends us and all of our designers working on the project to draw in a looser, rubbery style, which is really specific. It's like it's got a lot of structure, and we really focused on keeping that style of animation within Harmony and within our own drawings. Because then once you get into the 1940s, things start to get even looser. But we wanted to maintain structure and form like they did in the game, but still be able to get tons of expression and really wild takes out of the animation.
The Devil, other characters, King Dice, like they're all sort of in there, included.
Cuphead is there, Mugman,
There are other
the
characters,
Devil.
Like Miss Chalice is coming in the DLC. There are others in the
We know
world.
King
Was there-
Dice is gonna be
did you
there.
invent
We
any
just established
characters
that.
for this show as
I don't
well?
know if Miss Chalice is gonna be
We
in
ended
there.
up inventing
Elder
a
Kettle,
few
I haven't forgot about
characters.
him.
We took the core characters from the game for sure.
I wonder if some of the enemies in the game will make
We ended up
cameos
turning some of those
in the show.
characters that show up on this like one level into major characters, like the henchman, who is the devil's right-hand man. And so that was really fun to turn someone that this is a blip in the video game, and he turns into one of our favorite characters.
And music is another big part of the show. I mean, you've got kind of an opening song almost, right, or a theme for the show. What can you tell us
I
about
like the music in the game.
And obviously
I never
that
thought I would like jazz
was in
music
there.
until I
How did
came
you
across
approach music
Cuphead.
in the series?
It's got some sort of
Cartoons in the
funky,
1930s,
fast-paced jazz,
were just loaded
kind of,
with music.
kind of like
They
Tom
used
and
some
Jerry.
symphonies. I think the Fleischer stuff in particular was a huge influence because they used like the jazz of the era, and so it was really that music. just
Funky,
immediately,
swing,
feels
fast-paced
like
jazz
antique.
music.
It takes you back to a different era, but it was so
The
fun and
1930s,
raw.
1940s.
Like the music of Cab Calloway, Jelly Roll,
Fun
Jelly
fact,
Roll
Cab
Morton,
Calloway is one of the
Django
main
Reinhardt.
inspirations of King
That
Dice.
stuff just feels like cartoon music already. There's such an energy and such like these great sort of bouncy rhythms that suggest movement. We also listen to the music, like the scores from the Hal Roach comedies, Laurel and Hardy, and Little Rascals, because those were films that were actually made in that
Little
time.
Rascals.
And
That's one of my
they
favorite
used
movies
music
as a
so
kid.
well and like created so many great like moods and feelings, and the music itself like makes you laugh when you listen to it. It feels like comedy music.
Before we go, I gotta ask you, out of the whole Cuphead world, do you have
Oh,
a
that's
favorite
it?
character or boss, or who do you sort of
I wanted more
personally
information
associate?
on the show.
Oh my God, Cosmo, you go first.
Oh, jeez. As far as the
Mind you guys,
bosses,
they're not talking about me.
you
This
know,
guy's named
the
Cosmo too.
devil in our show is a real tortured kind of soul. I kind of relate to him in a lot of ways. But I think of the main characters, I relate to Mugman the most, being a younger brother.
Oh, why? Because he's the
Probably went
innocent
too much as
one?
a
The
kid.
goody two
Let's
shoes?
see. I mean, like, I do. I love the characters that Cosmo mentioned for the same reason that he mentioned them. But you know, I'd say like Elder Kettle is also very near and dear to my heart because I'm a dad. I have 2 young sons. So
are they similar to Cuphead and Mugman too?
Like this guy that's trying to like raise these 2, and sometimes it's a very frustrating.
Hold on, guys. My dog scratching my door. Let him in. Alright, sorry guys, I had to let my dog in.
So I know what it's like to yell at kids and tell them to like stop trying to set the sofa on fire. And I gotta say,
I can tell considering he's got gray hairs on his beard, but not on his hair.
A young kid in a very rural part of Arkansas.
My dryer is loud as
I
hell.
really relate to his desire of kind of living out in the middle of the woods and longing for a more exciting life.
The game, I'm already a massive fan of, and this adds
Same
so
here.
much onto it in such an authentic way.
As you can see here by my shirt.
For me, of one of the best adaptations of kind of all time of a video game, so I can't wait for more people to see it. And, very excited to see what's next.
I can't get over Cosmo Ferguson's background.
Everyone on this project is working so hard and bringing such amazing work to the table.
We have such
Now you want out, okay? Now you want out. Sorry, sorry guys, my dog is a weirdo sometimes. Oh, now you want out, huh? Now you want to go out. Sorry guys, my dog is such a weirdo. 1 minute he wants to be in my room, and the next thing you know, he wants out. He can be quite inconsistent.
Easy in the middle of COVID, producing this and animating it, bringing it to life.
But you gotta give him props for creating the show during this difficult time. I'm sure they're busting their ass.
Later this year on Netflix.
It would be easy for them to half-ass it, only to leave us disappointed, but the fact that they're still working on the show regardless of the pandemic,
They're so passionate.
God bless their
And
hearts.
they're so appreciative of the crew too. I love that interview.
Yeah, they like. There's just so much joy. Like even Cosmo, there was this keyboard behind him, and he talks about how it's like he's writing music for it. It's like it's so fun, and all their inspirations, like as you heard, like Looney Tunes. Like
Looney Tunes,
we all
Mickey
love Cuphead as a
Mouse.
game, and it doesn't really have
what
much
was it?
more to it. It's just like a really cool,
And many other
Like
inspirations.
like the voices of these characters, you guys see it. Like when you see Cuphead and Mugman talk, you're just like, oh, that's so cute.
That's true, because in the game, none of the characters had voices.
So well, like you said, because the game itself doesn't try to or want to talk about that, and then this just feels like the cutscenes that could have been.
Exactly. You see that, you're like, they don't have voices in the game, but if they had voices, you're like, you want those to be their voices, and it's like, oh, that feels weird. That's not Cuphead. You're like, no, that actually totally is. It's a creative. It like adds to the game world. That's what I love about a lot of things we're talking about. Is it's like they complement and actually build on these games that we love. And the Cuphead thing, the minute you see it, and when you watch an episode, you're like, you nailed it. It's like that's what the cutscenes should be in the game. It's so fun. Yeah, of course.
That's what the vibes I got when I first saw the trailer. I was like, oh, this is the video game version of Felix.
And the expressiveness of like I think humans like want to go from like 0 to 10, like we have those moments where like, the expressiveness is so there in that style of cartoon, and I love that.
Yeah, no, the way they've done it, and one thing a lot of people have been asking online is like, is this a kid's show or not, right? And we talked about a little bit of the
No,
interview.
absolutely not. It could be for anybody.
For everyone. I think that
Look at me. I'm 23 years old, and sometimes I still watch Teletubbies, Barney, you name it. I don't care. I don't care what people say.
Absolutely.
Because
I grew up with watching that shit.
I'm sure my parents will check out a few episodes.
Hey, even Sesame Street.
And I love that it's like 10-minute shorts. It's just so fun. And they're these little self-contained stories, right?
Yeah.
So watch them
I wish they were longer though. 10 minutes? That's not enough.
It's like their own little self-contained stories with all these characters.
That's my only flaw. 10 minutes? That's not enough. Wish it was 30 minutes.
Castlevania and The Witcher are all trending right now.
That's amazing.
You're not trending?
I'm just, but Taco is.
Taco.
is.
Taco, get taco trending as well.
I have no idea what they're talking about. Taco, I don't know.
So much news, and I was even yesterday when I was doing the Summer Game Fest kickoff, I was like watching. I was like, oh my god, they just dropped. Kevin Smith just dropped this
Trailer with Bonnie Tyler.
And it's like every day you guys have been dropping news, which is I mean, it's just so much stuff.
In lieu of convention season, we're still getting the hype and the excitement.
That's what I love with like all this video game stuff happening, and it feel like there's something magic about it all feeling contained together, which is exciting. And yeah, you guys certainly have. You brought the goods.
Yeah.
It's not Jeff Scoop's still there. Mari Rahul Scoop. There.
We're running hard, trying to catch you. And the excitement doesn't stop because next up we've got the dark fantasy universe of Castlevania.
Okay, is there more stuff related to Cuphead? Because that's all I'm really here for. Everything else, I don't really care. I'm sorry, I don't really care. I'm just here for the Cuphead show. Alright, wait, I think I saw something.
Oh,
wow.
Thank
I was
you.
actually a little hungry. This is actual real popcorn.
Yeah. And according
What?
to,
Is it really popcorn?
I've read on like my Twitter feed and on YouTube, the thing that the audience love most is hearing.
Is this fresh? I can actually eat it, right?
Oh yeah.
It's bad ASMR.
I thought it was just a prop.
Yeah, it's bad, eh? From what?
Oh, this is good.
It's good, right? It's fresh.
Yeah.
Should we start with
popcorn? This is real popcorn.
Start with Cuphead.
Cuphead?
Yeah.
Oh, we got Cuphead. This is Wayne Brady announcement. King Dice.
Mm-hmm. Wayne Brady is King Dice.
I'm down.
Out of all people, for his down below down there, if you know what I'm saying. No, I'm kidding. He just wanted to reach for the mic. But I wouldn't be surprised.
So drew us like Cuphead characters, and then sent the cell animation frame to set.
King Dice is there. If you want me, you're gonna have to work for it.
Even though it's a picture of the whole cast. So I didn't tell the cast. They don't know. I kept it quiet. I kept it quiet for 3 years before I took it, and then I hung it on my wall, and they still don't know.
Well, now they know.
That's the biggest reveal of the week. You saw it. It's like,
Get
So
that
I had this
trending.
original picture of the cast drawn in Cuphead style on the wall.
That's very cool.
Yeah, I stole that.
And they've never seen it.
No, I stole it like some of them figures from yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. I see what's going on here.
Before I admit to more crimes.
Yeah, more
Why don't we see the Castlevania trailer?
I'm gonna run out popcorn. This is good.
They're still eating the popcorn. Okay, I think that's it for the Cuphead show. Everything else is either Castlevania, The Witcher, which I said before. I'm not here for that shit. Wait, I think there's one more.
Just fully inclusive.
Don't touch. Roll the dice! Knockout!
Roll the dice. Yay! What a week!
We did it.
I just want to sit here and
goodness.
eat popcorn with you guys all day.
I don't want to see another bucket of popcorn for about 6 months.
That's right. The popcorn's due to me. You guys have been doing this for 5 days. I'm like, popcorn. I haven't been to a movie theater in so long. I'm like, I want some
This
popcorn.
is the closest you've got to
This
this.
is
Oh, yeah.
COVID has got to us.
Talking through the whole
The
thing.
last time I went to a movie theater was last year in February. It's been that long since I've had movie theater popcorn.
So many
And
great
the store
memories.
bought
Be
stuff,
sure,
it's not
all
the
of you at
same.
home, to share some of your favorite
It doesn't
Geeked
taste the
moments
same.
with us by using hashtag Geeked Week so we can all see it.
Is it rude that I'm eating popcorn? You're talking, people are hearing me eating popcorn. Can I stop for these reads? I feel like
I've read YouTube comments. They love it, Jeff. Carry on.
Okay. I didn't want to be rude. It's like he's eating popcorn. And she's
Well,
eating
if that's what you like, then you might as well make a mukbang of you eating popcorn.
Right, this close.
Open them out.
I thought this was Geeked Week, not a mukbang.
But there will always be so much more to be geeked about. To keep up with all things geeked, give at Netflix Geeked a follow.
Alright, I think that's it for Geeked Week.
Speaking of follows, Raul, Can you talk about what you got going on next? Where can we follow you? How do we follow?
Yeah, I think that's it. They're just gonna keep rambling, eating popcorn. I don't think I want to see any of that. Oh. Alright, I think that's it. Alright, guys. I just wanted to film my live reaction to Geeked regarding the Cuphead show. Not much info was mentioned besides Wayne Brady being the voice of King Dice, showing us just a little sneak peek of the show, and I like what I see. Fortunately, they didn't give us a release date, which could mean that they're still working on it. But just want to give a big kudos to the creators of the show and studio, MDHR, for putting their time and effort. Because if it was up to them, they would have half-assed the show, only to leave us Cuphead fans disappointed, and I'm sure they wouldn't want that. So you gotta give them kudos. You gotta give them props for that, and I can't be mad. I'm sure it's all gonna be worth the wait. And if I was to guess, the show might not come out until next summer. That's just my prediction, okay? Don't take my word for it. I don't work for the show. I know nothing about the Cuphead show. I'm just as curious as the rest of the Cuphead community is. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed my live reaction. I'm gonna go get up out of here. Hope you guys have a nice weekend. I take it some of you are out of school because it's currently June now. I assume most of you are out of school. If that's the case, I'm gonna be streaming. I should stream more often on weekends. I know how much you guys like that. But I'm gonna get out of here for real. Please like, subscribe, and peace.